Is that the rally? The kids are talking? Woo! How are you watching? Twitter? Snapchat. Should have known. Okay. Question 1, that's you people right in front of me. What is a social welfare policy? What'd you write? You were question 1.
I put a social welfare policy is defined as acts, laws, and rules that help improve the lives of people in the community. An example of a social welfare policy is one that ensures better health care.
Is this from the key or from your heart?
This was from the dictionary.
Is it because College Board is down or what?
When we looked it up, it's not. It's
like, is this a made-up question?
Yeah.
Okay. A social welfare policy is one that improves health care for all Americans. I thought that this might be a made-up question. Okay. Identify and describe 2 social welfare entitlements that limit the federal government from eliminating the national deficit. Well, Social Security and Medicare. Social Security is a, how shall we word that? A social welfare program that provides money to people age 65 and older so that they can stop working as they reach old age. It is our most expensive program in the country, and money allocated and spent is, what's the word, non-discretionary. Medicare is similar. It's a health care program for people over the age of 65. It's the second most expensive program. Again, spending here is non-discretionary. And then just this, I'll just say, in order to make these programs less impactful on the deficit, we'd have to increase taxes or cut services. This is what your FRQ answer should look like.
Wow.
We are not done, and I am recording this. The video will be uploaded. I mean, you're here, so you can do the work too, but...
Why not take care of my
Which is your hand, or what?
No, my own.
Oh, I see. I thought that was a phrase for like, gotta take care of my own.
That's all one beat? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'm just trying to be thorough. Trying to be thorough. Oh crap, I went and answered the C. Identify and explain changes the federal government can make without eliminating to that social welfare entitlement you identified in B to reduce the national deficit. Well, that's fine. both of those programs could have their requirements changed. We could push the age up to 70 years old for eligibility. We could cut the services to reduce costs, or we could increase taxes. That's not a very good complete sentence. Yes, ma'am.
So for number letter
I think in real life, yeah. I think when we do these Saturday schools, I really simplify it, and then I was on a roll there, so I wrote what I would have written. That's a pretty detailed. If you look at that question, identify and describe 2 welfare programs that limit the federal government from limiting national debt.
So if it's not like
I mean, you know, I'm talking about for the Big Papa AP test. Yeah, you need to be extra. You need to be most. If you know knowledge that you're not putting on the paper for the Big Papa AP test in the cafeteria, like, I really want to push you to, like, write more. For my class, you know, realistically, whatever, but when you're in the cafeteria and you have, like, you have so much time, like, please use it. Because kids are finishing my FRQs in half the time. Please use every second possible when you're writing them in the cafeteria. We could increase taxes in order to make the program more, fancy word, solvent. Solvent means not bankrupt. Oh! Okay. Old people would be very, very angry if benefits were cut in their social security, I don't know, package? I don't know. Not really, because then kids, like, just give me multiple copies. I actually had that happen. 3 people turn in the same type paper, like, we did it together. Like, come on. Or you press print and you put 3 instead of 1. Change the font. Politicians that cut benefits would likely face very difficult re-elections. Remember, I'm making a YouTube video right now. Hopefully. Okay, look at this chart. Look at this chart before we get started with the question, and talk to your neighbor. What is this chart saying? What is this chart saying? Ready, set, discuss with your neighbor. Go. Okay, did you say that over time, older people are getting more benefits than kids? We're back in the 60s, actually kids got more benefits than older people, yeah? Is that what you said? Alright. Kids are getting screwed. That's what I see. Alright, question 2. Using the information in the figure above, answer the question. I can't write on the question because it's a picture. So I'm going to write down here. No. Word can be so finicky. Is that a word? Finicky. We're gonna drag this. Is that, nope, still didn't work. Okay. Describe what the figure above demonstrates about the distribution of benefits over time. Over time, benefits paid by the federal government to children have decreased, while the benefits paid to the elderly have increased. Do you agree?
Yes, yes, Mr. Robinson. I do agree.
Let's be extra careful. As a percentage of government spending. Because maybe kids are getting more, because back in the 60s things cost like 2 pennies. But still, as a percentage, they're getting less. Identify 2 politically relevant factors that have affected the changing of distribution of government benefits between the children and the elderly. Increase of life expectancy? Okay. One reason why this has occurred is because of the increase in life expectancy among the elderly. They're living longer and costing the government more money. What's another reason? Huh? Another reason is decreases in birth rates. Is that one word? There are less kids born today, that's weird, than in 1965. You don't think that's weird?
I think it's common sense.
Wow. I just think it's like, I don't know.
More people are working, the world is overpopulated.
Just keep hitting me on the head with my ignorance, I guess. What does the key say about other answers to B? What does that mean? Identify 2 politically relevant factors that affect voting numbers and rates. Okay, I'm going to also mention old people vote more than children. Yeah, who can't vote. And thus they get... I mean, it's true though, like, if you're going to give benefits, you're going to give it to the person who's going to re-elect you, not to a kid who can't do anything for you. That's why young people in this country don't get anything they want. That's why you don't get free college and all that, because if you showed up and had like 90% turnout rates for elections, like old people do, they show up for elections, so they get what they want. But you know what, my government teacher told me that when I was in high school government too, so it's not necessarily people in this room's fault, it's the whole country of young people's fault. Was there other key answers?
There's something about public awareness. Like no double
Public awareness.
Public awareness for the elderly.
I remember, whatever. Well, I was just gonna say, I remember I did this. I was learning how to teach AP Gov. I went to New York City just for fun to learn, and we had this question and we answered it, and I told the lady, old people vote, and kids don't, and she's like, that's not a right answer. I still remember that, and I was salty, like, I think that's a right answer, and then here it is a right answer. No, freaking, it only goes in, and then I can't. Word, you're the worst. Enter again? No. I think it's because I already used my C, like, over here, and I deleted it. If that makes sense. Do you guys know how to use these?
Now I do.
They're important. They teach you how to do that? Yep. One of the big ones. You'll see. There's only 2. So. Okay, whatever. C. Explain how each of the 2 factors identified in B has affected the changing distribution of government benefits. Really? So I'm going to tell you.
Don't answer.
I mean, it seems like common sense. Like I already kind of said. Okay, so because yeah, like I said it, right? They're living longer and costing the government more money. That's me having said that already. So because old people are living longer, they're costing the gov more money. Is that on the key? Or does it just kind of say, like, explain B, and, like, it doesn't have a key? Is that what it does?
Yeah.
And then what was the other that I said? Decreases in birth rates. Oh, okay.
They,
So for,
they gave us the one that.
which?
It said that rising elderly population can result in increasing numbers of elderly receiving benefits.
Okay. And I think decreases in birth rates because now we have something new to write. Because of decreases in birth rates, there are less young people paying into the Social Security program than old people withdrawing benefits. That's a good new piece of information. Cool. I'm gonna pause the video. Okay, next question. Fiscal policy. Oh my god. Fiscal policy, what?
Yeah.
Is that what it says?
It just doesn't need to include like taxing or spending or the budget.
Commas. You guys will judge me. Done with fiscal policy. Next.
What? Wait, what?
What? No, with the A.
I know, you have like a whole essay there.
That?
No, for number 1.
On the other?
Yeah.
Well, this is define, you know. This is less. Alright, what is one way the president influences fiscal policy? I always feel bad saying he when it says the president. But it's like, I don't yet have a reason to change it. Like, let's go. Let's do this, ladies. Do you think we'll have a female president in the next 10 years? I think we will. I think our country's going to be like, see, we're not sexist. Like, Hillary just sucked, and they're going to pick a woman. That's what I think. I think it's going to be like, look how we're good. We can pick a woman. And they're going to be like, it's just that we didn't like Hillary. The president proposes a budget with his cabinet and submits it to, let's be extra and say, the Office of Management and Budget. Then it is submitted to Congress. That's it. Is that kind of like what the key said?
Yeah, it says in something office of management.
So that's just like another part of an answer. Like it didn't have to be both.
Yeah. And then another one is the president's sign is for veto.
Okay. Bonus. One way that the Congress influences fiscal policy. Does it have a congressional budget office?
Congress?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
I wrote, the Congressional Budget Office analyzes the president's budget and determines if it's accurate. Both houses of Congress vote on a budget and send it to the president.
And
There's a little, like maybe like committees or
no,
something.
it says that acts on tax expense, which is kind of the same as tax.
Making good time. Who would have thought this little unit would stretch us out for 4 hours a Saturday? Define monetary policy. What does the AEP College Board say monetary policy is?
Regulating the money supply, controlling inflation,
Yeah, we'll skip that one. Adjusting interest rates to stimulate? Regulate. Could be stimulate too. That is a one. You will write that. I'll be so happy. Monetary policy is regulating the money supply. That's the printing of money. Controlling inflation. When you print money, you are controlling inflation. You're adding to it. If you don't print money, you're reducing it. And adjusting interest rates. We've learned a little bit about interest rates. I talked about your parents like to go house shopping when the rates are low, that kind of thing. It helps regulate the economy. If they lower interest rates, the economy is going to start doing better. If they higher interest rates, it'll slow down a 100-mile-an-hour car to a more reasonable rate of speed. And then we give the Federal Reserve Board independence when making monetary policy. They don't have to talk with Trump. Actually, they really don't talk with Trump at all. They're independent. Even though Trump did appoint the person, the board is still independent. So basically the question is why? Why is the board independent? The board is independent because but if you're a president and they're like raising rates, that probably pisses you off because it's slowing down the economy. You want your economy to be amazing, but they're trying to do what's best for the long-term health of the country, not your 2-year presidency. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. The board is independent because it removes politics from the monetary process. A president's interest and the country's interest might be different. And another reason?
It says Congress plus the president advocate responsibility for difficult decisions by delegating decision-making power.
Okay, sure. Monetary decisions are difficult and sometimes unpopular. It's best to have an independent group make those decisions.
And then the last year basically saying the Federal Reserve Board relies on its expertise in making decisions and
Okay.
and make policy decisions.
What was the last one you said? I might be just happy with what we have.
Make economic policies efficiently. So basically it's like their agency.
Okay. I like what we have. That's a pretty good answer too. Those guys are experts. Trump, maybe not an expert when it comes to the whole U.S. economy. So better to get someone who's, got a PhD in economics making those decisions. All right, I'm unpaused the video. Okay, turn to your neighbor and discuss. This is a good one. Yes. This is Calvin. The kids have arrived, people at home. Look at this graphic, and Mrs. Robinson, I expect you to look at it as well, and tell me what is going on here. What is the graphic saying? Analyze with a neighbor, discuss, go. Okay, so what is the graph trying to say? What is the graph saying? Adam, what's it saying? I heard you talk about it.
It says like paid in, like how much it's going to pay out, how much they got from it. And it says a year end, which is probably what they expected from it, but I'm not entirely sure.
Okay, so a reserve is how much money is left. So this is how many billions of dollars. So that means there's 6 trillion in there. But we can look into the future and see when people are retiring, when they're probably going to pass away, and do math and say, in what year are we going to be paying out more money than is actually in the thing? I don't know. Either way, this is the trouble years right here. Look, 2035, would you agree? By 2035, we're in big trouble. Did you pick up that from the graph?
Yeah.
Mrs. Robinson, did you pick that up? Okay, so this is the money going in. The money going in looks pretty good right now. The trouble is we can look ahead to the future in 2025 and see. I think actually that's the year because there's a downward slope. You guys are so distracted. In 2025, you see how it starts to go down? That's the year when people are pulling out more money than we're putting in. Understand?
Yes.
Okay? So anytime you have a graph, can you pause and check out the graph before you start answering the questions about it?
What's paid out, what's paid in?
Um,
Are you looking at the year?
yeah, okay. So
Never mind.
you're actually right, Alex. In 2014, we started paying out more than we're being paid in. But this is the total balance of like money in there. So I guess what I mean is the balance begins to go down in 2025 rather than up. But down here, this is kind of like, this is like total budget versus annual budget, like down here. We're gonna be like in serious trouble by 2035, like super duper big trouble. Let's start answering the question. Define what entitlement program means. Did this have a College Board key? Avery, did this have a College Board key? Thank you. Did this have a College Board key? Nobody? The answer is no? Because it was crashed? Okay. Define what entitlement program means. Okay. Old people and Social Security are an example. A government program that guarantees certain benefits to a group that qualifies. Alright. He's enjoying that ring pop. Letter B. What is the primary source of revenue for Social Security? Where does the money for Social Security come from, everybody? Okay. The source of revenue for Social Security is payroll taxes. Beth knows taxes.
That's right, it's 12.4%.
12.4% of your income. Only taxed on the first how many dollars, Beth?
It's actually 12.4%, but 6.2% is paid by the employee, and the other 6.2%
Oh,
is paid by the employer.
Ooh.
So,
Wow, dropping knowledge.
did I get an A for that? Because, like, I could use it.
Ooh. Actually, that's a good point. It's a little too much information, but you're not the only one paying into Social Security. Your employer is paying in just as much as you are on your behalf. But what's the first? Is it first $100,000 or what?
What?
Doesn't Social Security taxes fall off after
After 110,000.
110,000? So if you want to save the program, we probably need to up those taxes,
That's
uncap
to
them.
get to progress past 2035.
Yeah. According to Beth, she's a CPA.
Enrolled agents.
Enrolled agent, and she says we probably need to remove the cap because you're only taxing and getting Social Security taxed on the first $110,000. What? Oh, I'm used to this. He's got it figured out. Don't even worry. They're all like, he's gonna shut his fingers. Letter C.
You got it all figured out.
Identify one threat to the future of Social Security should the trends depicted in the chart continue. So tell me a threat to Social Security based on the graph. Tell me a threat to Social Security based on the graph. What? Based on the graph, tell me a threat to Social Security. Okay. Okay. There are not enough people paying into Social Security, and more people are... I'll put a period. There is a large elderly population, and they are withdrawing more than young workers are depositing. Even Beth knew the 2035 year, so that's pretty good. So people out there, we are paying attention. You think, Beth, you think you'll get Social Security?
Nope, that's why I am investing as little into it as I possibly can and putting my money elsewhere.
So Beth does not believe Social Security will be around when she retires, so she has a... you got retirement accounts and stuff?
Yeah. Because the government is borrowing from funds from that money, but it's not replacing.
Yes. The government has... They withdraw from the Social Security fund, and then they blame us, like, oh, it's not going to be okay. It's like, well, maybe you shouldn't have taken the money out. That's our money, like special just for Social Security. Maybe this would be cleaner if I bolded it. Is that better?
Yeah, mine.
What a bold move. Okay. I like it. That was her joke. That was Mika's joke. Credit given. Describe one demographic trend. See, like, this is, it's like repeated. I remember this being an issue. Because that kind of repeats what I just said in D.
Yeah.
If I use this question in class, I'll probably rephrase it because it's too repetitious.
Just don't use it. Just don't use it.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Like, we're good. See above. Explain how any one of the trends in the chart above would change if the age were raised. Oh. All right, how would we phrase that? How about if the age was increased to, let's say, 72 years old, then what? Yes, and because of that, what would happen?
Paid in more than.
Yeah, but you're giving me all these specifics. I think I just need for you to tell me the conclusion. As a result, the Social Security program would what? Last longer. It would survive a little longer. If the age was increased to the. Okay. The Social Security program would survive. Well, let's say be solvent, aka not bankrupt, for a longer period of time. Basically, it would survive longer. You don't need to be like, you don't have to break all this down. There would be less old people, benefits would be paid less. I just want the conclusion. The program would last a little longer. Wave to everybody. They're watching us through the camera. Can you wave? Say hi. Tell them who you met today.
I don't know.
You don't know. All right. All right.